Thank you, Joshua, for your going through the things that the bill changes and that kind of stuff. But this bill is directly aimed in my district, Eastern Oregon. You specifically said that. So can I ask you, I have a couple questions. What kind of stakeholder engagement process was done in reaching out to people like Amazon and Google and Facebook and asking them for their input and asking constituents on my side of the state for their input and how they felt about this bill?
Chair Marsh, Vice Chairs Levy and Levy, Representative Levy, thank you for the question. There have been, I would say, at least 5 or 6 months of stakeholder outreach through the development of this bill. We personally have had multiple conversations with each, well, not each of the companies, but I would say several of the major tech companies that operate data centers in Oregon, including Facebook, Meta, Apple, Amazon, and Google. Many of the changes in the -3 amendment that you've seen were a result of feedback that we received in those conversations. The goal has always been to be the lightest touch possible. Certainly, we recognize the significant economic development contributions, particularly in Eastern Oregon, of data centers. And so that light touch is really what was aimed for. Again, the purpose of this bill is to be a backstop, to prevent, a small group of companies from peeling away from the pursuit of clean energy for data centers and cryptocurrency. So certainly quite a bit of engagement with the tech industry, quite a bit of engagement with stakeholders like League of Cities, quite a bit of engagement with cities, in particular counties. We've spoken with CREA, the Community Renewables Association. I can get you a list of a total list of stakeholders that we've engaged with, but certainly we have heard from voices in rural Oregon. We have heard from voices in the industry, and that there have been several months of processing and making these changes in order to produce a bill that that will not affect the livelihoods of folks in Eastern Oregon.
Follow up?
Sure.
You mentioned enterprise zones. In my side of the state, we use those quite often and quite regularly. They're a backbone of how we bring in large businesses to our side of the state. And right now, enterprise zones is also up for its renewal. And the governor has suggested that in her budget that we continue to renew that enterprise zones. And how will this negatively affect our use of enterprise zones if you're going to curtail the incoming businesses like Amazon from doing future businesses? Because we have some that have committed, and now they're talking about putting them on hold because of this piece of legislation.
So the provision that was in the base bill, Rep. Levy, that made enterprise tax zone benefits contingent on compliance with the targets has been fully removed in the -3 amendment. And so, we recognize that those are, as you said, ongoing agreements through the ETZ, and those are very important and can be very complicated. And so we have completely removed that provision.
Thank you.